Hi, I'm Stephen Kelly, the Adult Literacies Manager at the Wichita Public Library.
And I'm Jenny Durham, the Enrichment Librarian at the Wichita Public Library.
And we're here today to announce the categories for the 2026 ReadICT Challenge. So you might be wondering why we're here at the old building. Well, as it turns out, 10 years ago, when Suzanne Perez from KMUW started the ReadICT Challenge, library staff were operating out of this building. So we thought it'd be a fun way to mark the occasion.
If you're new to the ReadICT Challenge, you might be wondering how this works. You are given 12 categories and 12 months to read a book that fits each of the categories. We're not very strict about it. We're not checking anything. So you are able to interpret these categories however you want. The big thing is to have fun with it and get a chance to explore different authors, different books, read outside of your comfort zone. You can track your progress online through our online tracker called Beanstack.
You could also alternatively print out one of our nifty paper logs.
If you log your books, every month we do a drawing to win a really cool book-themed prize. For example, I have with me one of the prizes from this year. It's a cool little book-themed game called Books and Ladders, but there's a lot of other fun stuff too. If you're looking for more ways to connect with the ReadICT Challenge, you can do it on Facebook through a group we have called ReadICT Challenge. And in the group, you can connect with other readers doing the challenge, and you can share your progress, get more reading recommendations, or just share your love of books.
For more information about the ReadICT Challenge, you can visit our website at wichitalibrary.org/ReadICT. And you can get more helpful recommendations. You can see a carousel of books for each category, and you can find more ways to connect with library staff. And without any further ado, let's go on a journey together to hear about these categories from friendly faces at a library branch near you. This is Stephen again, checking in with category number 1. To read a book with 10, the word, 10, the number, or X, the Roman numeral, in its title. This is in honor of the 10th anniversary of the ReadICT Challenge. A book that I might recommend is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I'd recommend it because it's a really great coming-of-age story that also happens to be written in verse, which technically would allow you to complete category 2 either.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexi Turnus, Teen Services Librarian here at the Advanced Learning Library, and I'm so excited to be announcing category number 2, which is a book of poetry or a novel in verse. And so I'm really excited to announce this category because we have a lot of fun choices being published in YA literature right now. The first one that I wanted to highlight is Skin by E.B. Zaboy, and this one is full of magic, Caribbean folklore, and follows two girls who are learning more about themselves and the deeply rooted fantastical magic that connects them. So this one is a wonderful, wonderful story. Second is The House No One Sees by Adina King, and this is one of my favorite reads of the year. It's told in a mix of prose and verse and follows our main character as she is coming to terms with some of her grief and her past trauma in her old childhood home that's kind of bending time and taking her through this labyrinth of memories. So this one is really beautiful, and I think will stick with you long after you're done.
Hey, my name is Janelle Mercer. I'm one of the technology trainers at the Advanced Learning Library. And I'm going to suggest some books for Category 3, a book about independence. The first one is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and this is a book set during World War II in Nazi-occupied France, and it's about two sisters and their separate fights for independence. And then the second book I would suggest is Finley Donovan is Killing It. If you like the Jana Ivanović, Stephanie Plum books, you'll definitely like this. They're good for a laugh. It's about a single mom who is recently single and raising her kids. And she's working on being independent and publishing her first book. And she gets involved in a lot of mischief along the way. So it's a lot of good laughs. And if you have a chance, I would also suggest listening to this as an audiobook. The narrator does an excellent job.
I'm Parker from the Maya Angelou Northeast Branch Library. I have category 4, a book set in an academic setting, and I'm going to recommend Ace of Spades by Farida Abike-Iyemide. Think dark academia, get out with teens. If you're interested in suspense with lots of interesting twists, I highly recommend it.
Hey everyone, David Garcia here. I am the Senior Communications Specialist for the Wichita Public Library, and today I'm at the Evergreen Community Center and Library, just taking a visit at the teen collection here, and I was wandering around and made my way to the Spanish collection actually, which has the recommendation I like to give for Category 5, a book about a competition or a race. Here we have Amanecer en la Cosecha, which is a Spanish translation of Sunrise on the Reaping, the new Suzanne Collins prequel of the Hunger Games series. This book follows Hamish Abernathy, who was Katniss's mentor in the original series, and I just really like to recommend it because it's a super fun and quick and easy read. With the ReadICT challenge, you can take any type of genre, any type of book, whether it be YA or teen fiction. Whatever works for you works for us.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This is Robin at the Walters Branch Library. I was just reading one of my favorite books by Cleo Coyle, Bulletproof Barista. It's a series I really enjoy listening to the audiobooks with my mom. It also includes recipes and coffee tips in the back. So if you're interested, this is one of the many titles you can read for Category 6, a book with food on the cover.
Hello, my name is Dustin Botcher. I'm a Senior Library Assistant at the Alpha Branch Library, and I'm here to recommend Category 7, Inspirational Story. One I'd recommend is A Man Called Ove, a humorous tale about loss, unexpected friendship, and finding a new sense of purpose.
Evelyn Harper, the Children's Services Librarian here at the Advanced Learning Library, announcing Category 8, an award-winning children's book. This category is awesome because we have so many different children's book awards out there. I have 2 books to recommend to you. The first, this year's Newbery winner, The First State of Being by Erin Entrada Kelly. And the second, Frizzy. This is a graphic novel written by Claribel A. Ortega with art by Rose Basmara, and it won the Pura Belpre Award, which is named after the first Puerto Rican librarian in New York City and honors books that represent Latino culture.
My name is Eileen, and I am a Senior Library Assistant at the Westlink Branch Library. Today I'm going to introduce a Category number 9, first in the series. This is a great category because there are so many great series out there. Lots of authors write series. Some of them are John Grisham, David Baldacci, Louise Penny. Of course, there's a Harry Potter series, just to name a few. Some of my favorites, C.J. Box's series, Joe Pickett has Open Season, is the first of that series. Another favorite is Iron Lake, the first of the Cork O'Connor series by William Kent Kruger. And one of the most recent ones I just discovered is The Librarian of Crooked Lane. It is the first in the Glass Library series. Hopefully you'll find yourself a great first series and enjoy the rest of the books as well.
Hi, it's Jenny here again, the Enrichment Librarian. I'm at the Advanced Learning Library in our research pavilion on the second floor to announce Category 10, which is an author from the Southern Hemisphere. If you don't remember from geography class in junior high, the Southern Hemisphere is anything below the equator on the globe. So for my pick, I would recommend Carrie Greenwood. She wrote the Phryne Fisher murder mysteries. This book here is a collection of the short stories, so if you want to dip your toes in, it's called The Lady with the Gun Asks the Questions. She's a saucy 1920s independent woman in Melbourne, I believe, and she just is solving crime and taking care of business. Another couple authors you might want to consider is Geraldine Brooks, who is also from Australia, Isabel Allende, who is from Chile, or what I will be reading, which is Nelson Mandela's autobiography. Obviously, he was the former Prime Minister of South Africa.
Hello, my name is Jessica, a library assistant at Westlake. Here's category number 11, a book about prehistoric or ancient history. This one might have some wiggle room, but these are my recommendations. Circe by Madeline Miller. Miller takes this ancient Greek character and constructs a compelling story about the woman who was a part of Homer's Odyssey. You might remember that she turned men into pigs in that story. With Miller, we see much more than that. We see Circe's childhood, the people she's met, and how she comes to terms with herself. My second recommendation is A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel Jensen. This Norse-themed book focuses on an unhappily married woman who is forced to reveal that she is the prophesied shield maiden in a duel to death. The prophecy states that she will be the one to unite the fractured nation of Scotland. This book was very good.
Oh, hello. Come on in. I'm Lao Fei, a library assistant at the Rockwell branch. I had just pulled some books to look over for the topic of community, our 12th topic for this year's ReadICT challenge. I wanted to look at some nonfiction today, so I've pulled a couple of titles. First, we have Crossings by Ben Goldfarb. It's an examination of how wildlife communities, the ecology, which is of course a system that we are part of, have been changed and in many ways harmed by roads. These structures that we build passing through forests and wetlands and everything else, and how it changes life, often for the worse, for the animals and plants living there, and how we can reduce that damage to heal the damage we have done to our community. The other one, and one that I heartily recommend, is Covered with Night by Nicole Eustace. Now, this book is about a murder in colonial Pennsylvania. There was a debate between two different communities, the local indigenous nations and the colonial government of Pennsylvania, over how exactly to administer justice. And this traumatic event for the communities exposed a divide in how they operated and gives a fantastic look at how different communities mourn and heal after tragedy and what we can learn from that process. I hope you find great books for yourself as you're working on this year's ReadICT challenge, and I look forward to seeing what books you might choose. Thank you.